Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode for Auto Auction Rebuilds. So something interesting happened the other day. As you guys know, my cars are rented out on the Turo platform. And Turo is basically a place that you can take your personal vehicle and you can rent it and make some money. Now, the money's pretty decent, but I really use it for the mileage deduction to offset my income. It reduces the amount of taxes I have to pay to the IRS every year, somewhere around 54, 56 cents a mile to be exact. So I've got this 2010 Prius 4, which is the top of the line Prius. And I know there is a Prius 5, but the Prius 5 is actually just a much bigger Prius. It's not necessarily a more loaded up version. And I listed it on the Turo platform, and I did this knowingly, but it had like 134,000 miles when I listed it. Now, Turo has a cap of 130,000 miles if you want to list your car. Now, here's the thing. Your car can have up to 130,000 miles on it before it's listed on Turo. Once it's listed, 200, 300,000 miles, it can be on there as long as you want. So let's take a look at the car. This is it, the 2010 Prius 4. It's got a 165,000 miles on the clock right now. And it's been a good car. I've owned it for just under 1 year, and it has had 30,000 miles put on the odometer. I just got through putting a new set of tires on it. Never had to do brakes, just oil change, air filter, your basic stuff. Let me see if I can find the keys here. You'll notice it's missing a front hubcap here, and we're going to get to that in just a second. Now this car, because it is top of the line, it has a solar roof. It's got remote air conditioning. I put LED headlights in it, which you guys may remember from a video. I don't remember what company it was exactly, but they sent me those LED headlights for free. Have a look. It's still very clean. And even with 165,000 miles on the odometer, it is still in really, really good condition. The thing still runs and drives like a new car. It's pretty amazing to me. The Toyota Prius is a great car. Now we'll go ahead and fire this up for you guys. Oil maintenance required. She's ready for an oil change. But we got the touch screen, we got navigation, we got the sunroof, we got the solar roof, and the solar roof is basically nothing more than power to run this little fan button down here. And if your car's sitting at like 110 degree heat out in Arizona or Texas, this will keep the fan running. And what that does is it circulates cooler air from the outside into the car, and it helps keep the interior temperatures of your car at a minimum. So 165,507 miles. I put 30,000 miles on this car. Well, Turo put 30,000 miles on this car, and I got tax deductions for every bit of it. And then this happened. After a year of being on the Turo platform, a renter finally had an accident that caused a little bit of damage, and it wasn't really all that bad, but it's one of those things that I reported to Turo. As you can see, this rim got really chewed up. I mean, it literally just ate the whole outside of this rim right here. That's about 7 inches, 8 inches. These spokes are totally chewed up. The bumper got damage up here. The rocker panel had a little bit of damage down low. See if I can get down there without falling down here. And you're not going to be able to see this on camera, especially with the car being wet, but there are scratches going down the fender. Very, very light scratches. They'll probably buff out. But and the hubcap is missing, as you can see. And when I bought the car, it was actually missing 1 or 2 hubcaps. And I did a video. It's on the channel. It's on YouTube here. When I actually bought the car, and I was so excited about it because I kind of stole this car. So this is minor damage, but I reported it to Turo, and here's what they had to say. In case you don't feel like reading this little section of email, It basically says, Mr. Shear, we ran a Carfax on your vehicle. We saw that you purchased it with 134,000 miles and then listed it on the Turo platform. Therefore, your claim is denied because Turo does not accept vehicles with over 130,000 miles on the odometer, and that's it. Now, like I said earlier, your car can be listed on Turo with 130,000 miles or under successfully. Once you've listed it, it can go over 400,000 miles. That's fine, but you can't list it with more than 130,000 miles. Now, I've done it many times, and this is what happens. You know, I got a year out of the car, I got 30,000 miles of tax deduction, plus I got paid for it, and the first time an accident happened, Turo denied the coverage. They will not cover it. And now the car is of no use to me because it's been suspended from the Turo platform. Therefore, this car is useless to me, and it's time to let it go. In fact, I've already got it sold this morning. Now, just to give you an idea of what we had into it, I paid $6,000 from the car from a dealership a year ago and 30,000 miles less, and I am selling it this morning. We're meeting at the bank here in a few minutes for $5,700. So what did I pay for the car? $300. $300 and I think $400 in interest fees so far. So you're talking $700 for a year and 30,000 miles of income and tax deductions. So how much did we make on the car? Well, as you can see here, in 2018, that car brought me $2,027. And then we take a look at 2019, the car's brought me $1,857 for a total of $3,884. Now, don't forget, on top of that, we also get the mileage deduction as well, which I don't know off the top of my head what it is, but we've put 30,000 miles on the car, right on the money, 30,000 miles. We've had it for 1 year. So is that a good deal? That's a hell of a deal. That's a hell of a deal. I literally paid nothing for this car, and I've made, what, 3,000 in profit? And I did nothing other than just regular maintenance. Now, I know, I do understand, you're going to tell me, well, Randy, I know you had to change the oil, and you did put tires on it, and that is correct. I did put tires on it one time. Tires for that car were like $350 tops. Oil changes, I honestly haven't done that many of them. The car kind of has an oil minder, and it's only gone off a few times. An oil change on that car is about $50 to $55, give or take. So I'd say I've probably done 4, maybe 5 oil changes on that car since I've had it. It's been great. It's been great. And while I am kind of sad to see the car go, this is what the car was for. The car was for rentals and mileage deductions, and since that's no longer an option, this car is no longer of any value to me, so it's time to let it go. Now, the good news is also, I didn't lose any money on this deal, which, hey, that's a change for the channel, right? We didn't lose any money on it, and it's one car completely paid off. I have 2 more cars to pay off, and when I get my YouTube check on the 21st or so of this month, I'm going to pay off my Chevy Cruze. I owe about $5,000 on the 2012 Chevy Cruze. I'm going to pay that off as well. So I will have 2 cars completely paid off. That leaves me with the Corvette. I still owe $22,000 on the Corvette. And that's one that's it's gonna take me a little longer. We're gonna take a chunk out of it every so often and get that Corvette completely paid down. Now, I had it paid down once before, and I went and borrowed a little more equity from it. It happens, but you know, I'm trying to make some moves, some smarter decisions, and paying off these cars, I think, is a big one. It's something that needs to be done. So that's what I'm working on next. I'm going to try real hard not to buy anything else until we get some of these projects done. And hopefully you can see I sold the Chevy 3500. I actually sold my trailer. I know a lot of you are going to be upset about that, but I actually made $1,500 profit on the trailer. So that's good news. We didn't lose money there either. And things over here are moving right along. We got the shop cleaned up and organized the other day. Tim and I went out there. We did all the organizing. We had all the tools picked up. We made some extra room in there. We went out there and just hammered the yard out there. It was so full of trash and debris. We got everything cleaned up, mowed down, weed-eated. Looks great. And now we're ready to do some things. And there's some upcoming videos on the Harley Davidson truck. I ordered a new set of rims. I kept them original. They are replacements. Harley Davidson chrome rims. The chrome rims on this truck are absolutely shot. The chrome is just coming off in so many places and faded. It's not something that can be cleaned or polished. It's literally down to where the chrome is gone. So we're going to put some new chrome rims on it. I've got a K&N cold air intake coming for it. I put a Flowmaster 50 on it. We found out it is missing the catalytic converters. Somebody chopped them off, and I'm actually going to replace them with high flow catalytic converters. And there's a few more things we're going to do to the truck. We got to get the front bumper painted, the rear bumper painted. Mike's going to handle all that stuff, obviously. But yeah, the truck's coming together. We're supposed to be doing the Dart engine swaps coming up. I would say the Dart engine swaps will be done sometime next week. Cross your fingers. Jay from Jay's Mobile Mechanic Services on YouTube is coming up to help with that. Oh, and another thing on the Harley, we're actually lifting it. I know a lot of you are going to be really upset about that. Sorry, but somebody chopped the springs on the front, and then they chopped them too much. They dropped it too much, and then they put lifting blocks in the springs. So the front end is actually quite dangerous. Driving it is very scary, and that's putting it mildly. So we're going to do a transmission service on it. I ordered a new transmission, Mercon 5. So we're going to do a transmission service. I'm talking full. I ordered 12 quarts. We're going to drain and flush, basically not flush. We're going to push all the old fluid out, put brand new fluid in. So it's kind of like a flush, but it's a DIY type flush. Do it at home. We're going to raise the truck back to its OEM height, front and back. John was really cool, and he's bringing me springs, isolators, shackles, and everything to bring this truck back to OEM ride height. We're going to put new shocks on it, and hopefully the truck will be finished soon, because it's running really well. The truck is doing very well. It runs great. It runs strong. We do have a speed sensor going bad, either the output speed sensor in the transmission or the speed sensor in the rear differential. One of those is going bad. The speedometer is reading a little wacky, and the shift points can be a little off, but the transmission's fine. The fluid is clean. Never had a problem with this transmission. So I'm confident. When I pulled the codes, I saw that, and I was like, that's going to be the problem. So I'm probably going to replace both speed sensors on that as well. The guy doing my exhaust is Tim over A&A Muffler, so I got to give a big shout out to Tim. He's like the best damn exhaust guy I've ever used, reasonably priced, and A&A Muffler is like a second home to me. It's a place I've been going since I was a kid, because my uncle used to actually own that shop. So being able to go back to it, it's on Douglas, right next to Tinker Air Force Base, south of 29th Street. If any of you are local, Tim is the guy you want to go see at A&A Muffler. Just tell him Randy sent you from YouTube. He'll know who you're talking about, and he'll take care of you. I put my name on the line for that. He's a good guy, and he does excellent work, and he guarantees it. So I guess with that, I got 30 minutes to go meet this guy and sell this Prius. Oh, we made a profit on something. We made a profit. So guys, if you're going to use Turo, please don't list your car with more than 30,000 miles on it. Be safe, don't be sorry. And last but not least, if you would like to help contribute financially to me, I know you're about to click off the video, but wait, you don't actually have to pay for anything. There's this company called Cargo, and I'm going to put a link in the description. I'm going to put a link in the comment section, because you guys have already made me $500 from this. In fact, I'll show you this real quick. This is Cargo, and this is how much I made this week, almost $500. And that was done without anybody spending a dime. I do some promotional work with Cargo, and if you click my link in the description, basically all of this is free stuff. This is for rideshare drivers, Uber or Lyft drivers or whatever. You keep this box in your car. It's got little goodies in it. So if you click the link that I send you, click the link in the description, you don't have to pay for anything. You just order free stuff, and I get paid for it. And the more of you that order your free stuff, the more money I make. And as you can see, I made almost $500 just, I think that's in like 3 days. So it's a great way to help contribute to the channel, to really help me out financially. And you don't have to pay a thing. You just have to click a link and order some free snacks. Now, you don't actually get the free snacks, obviously. This is supposed to be if I'm in a car driving and you're my passenger, that I would hand you the stuff that you ordered. But I do have an account set up with them, and basically I just promote their product. So click that link, order as much as you can, as much as you'd like, and that's a great way that you can help contribute to the channel without having to spend a dime, and I certainly appreciate it. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for taking time to watch this video. Usually when something bad happens on Turo, it's a bad day for me, it's a bad thing, but in this case it's not. You know, we made our money and we made a profit, and you know the car is getting out of here. We're going to go buy a hood for the Cruise in the near future. And we got some stuff coming up. We got a lot of work to do, so stay tuned. I know you may be getting a little bit bored with the content. We're getting there. Things are happening. Everything is in place. We're making moves, and things are going to get it done. And that's it. Stay safe out there, everybody, and I will catch you very soon in the next one.